استمرار الآيات والنذر، هذه المرة من الإمارات. رصد فيضانات وسيول على إثر الأمطار الغزيرة التي هطلت اليوم 8 نوفمبر 2021. أما في روسيا فقد تم رصد انشقاق أرضي عظيم في 7 نوفمبر 2021. آيات ونذر في جزيرة العرب، وبالضبط في مملكة آل سعود. رصد أكوام من البرد على شمال محافظة النماس في 7 نوفمبر 2021. في نفس التاريخ، أي في 7 نوفمبر 2021، ضربت فيضانات وسيول منطقة شيناي في الهند بسبب الأمطار الغزيرة.
An earthquake has shaken the Spanish island of La Palma, the strongest tremor since a volcano started erupting there last month. No significant damage was reported, but scientists say it's another sign that the eruption won't end soon.
Captivated by nature's fury, a fountain of magma gushing from the depths of the earth. For almost 6 weeks, rivers of molten rock have been flowing from Cumbre Vieja. A sea of lava burning at a sizzling 1300 degrees Celsius. The apocalyptic scene has become an unlikely tourist attraction. Experts say the latest earthquake could be a sign it's far from over. Ironically, not necessarily bad news for La Palma's economy.
Meanwhile, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocks Japan today, rocking large parts of the main island of Honshu, including Tokyo. No injuries or damage have been reported yet, but parts of the city are without power. The epicenter was near remote rural islands over 600 miles from Tokyo. No tsunami warnings have been issued so far.
When you hear a sound in the middle of the night, safe to say, it's going to give you a jolt. This time, though, the jolt was real for those in the southeastern corner of Colorado. It was a 3.8 quake that struck there. It's not by any mapped fault lines. That's why when a 3.8 magnitude earthquake rattled this corner, it caused quite the commotion. The earthquake's epicenter was right over there in this cow pasture about 5 miles north and west of Pritchett. Sure, 3.8 magnitude quake isn't big by California or Alaska standards, but because it was closer to the Earth's surface than a lot of big tremors, about 3 miles down, of the few people who felt the quake, it was much more noticeable than had it been deeper into the Earth's surface.
It was thunder times like 1,000.
Here, the red lines represent faults in Colorado. You can see the quake and its small aftershocks. They're nowhere near a fault line.
It's exciting to see, as a seismologist, these earthquakes that occur in places that we don't normally expect.
Safe to say, geophysicists have a different reaction to quakes. William Yack says those mapped faults, the ones we know about, are much deeper. But it's a different story for faults closer to the crust.
In the subsurface, there are faults everywhere that we just don't know about.
رصد مجموع الزلازل حول العالم فوق مستوى 30 درجات خلال 24 ساعة الماضية بتاريخ 7 نوفمبر 2021، حيث فاقت 384 هزة أرضية حول العالم.
May be 92 million miles away from our planet, but the sun could cause some problems and give us a good show in the sky sometime this weekend. This past Thursday night at 11:35, when a major coronal mass ejection, a solar flare, erupted off the sun. You can see it right down here. I'll loop it through a few times. A little mini explosion. Well, that solar flare sent lots of particles and energy toward our planet. And this happens from time to time. This one happened to be a little bit stronger.
And there was a spectacular show in the sky last night as the clocks went back. The northern lights were more visible than usual because of a large solar flare. Particles shooting out from the sun, interacting with the Earth's magnetic field. This picture was taken in Norway. But the lights were also visible in the UK. This was the beautiful view from Belhaven Bridge in Dunbar in Scotland.
Colorado is on the cusp of seeing the Northern Lights Halloween weekend following a huge solar flare. The U.S. Space Weather Prediction Center issued a strong geomagnetic storm watch for the weekend after a large solar flare happened Thursday morning.
Well, some more pretty pictures to bring you now. We're going to leave with these, actually. It's the capital of Iceland, Reykjavik, where these are coming from. A huge solar flare unleashed this green sparkling wave of the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, up into the skies above Iceland, just in time for Halloween, of course. Quite a picture too. Green is the colour of the moment, isn't it? Don't forget the COP summit taking place in Glasgow. And there it is, that's Glasgow for you. And we'll be seeing that, a lot of that, over the course of the next 12 days as leaders seek further solutions to the climate crisis facing us all.